Once again, I'm demonstrating a new model by using my demo layout of Watlington Station. Just so you can see, I've just added a few trees and a few basic bits and pieces, including the station. And Watlington Station, I've now set it for the 1890 passenger set by John Whelan, which you can download from the download station if it's not already installed in your setup. And I've just seen there that Watlington Station itself, I actually had to, as it were, take it off and redo it. Well, the fencing is wrong, but along there, but I'll come back and do that another. I suppose I might as well do it now, just while I'm talking. And basically, Watlington Station, which was on a branch out from Princess Risborough, and it's still there. It's there as a preserved railway, and it's a very nice station. It's got a lot of clay with flint type. Just getting the fence in place more or less. That's close enough. Yeah, it's a really nice brick built structure with clay flint insert into the body, very characteristic of the Chilterns and the Eastern Cotswolds. So so there we are. Anyway, there's our station. I can see there's another one here, a lamp that's hovering in the shrubbery. So I'll move it back onto the station. There's a seat. Get that back into place. It's because I replaced it from the last time. Okay, right, well, that's fairly close. What about that fence? It's a little bit naughty, isn't it? Let's try and bring that back into position, just to make it a little bit tidy. And the model which I'm illustrating this time is, this new model is the second of my, what's going to be, definitely going to be a series of Great Western Railway standard gauge clerestory carriages. This was the first one that I released, and now here is the second. And the second one is a brake. You can see there's the see on the side there's the guards duckets, so you can look out along the train. And over on this side, you can just see through there are the two first class compartments, one either side of the guards compartment there, and then two third class compartments at each end of the carriage. And I fitted this with, it's an experiment to some extent. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue with this, but I've tried to include tail lamps, and the way I've done this, I'm not sure if it's going to work or not, but the way I've done this is by, you can see up here, is I've made a load which is of this tail lamp here. And if we have a look in the default configuration, well, first of all, we can have lots of passengers, so let's load them up. So this is the 1890. It'll take 44 passengers altogether, so we'll have all of those. And then lamps. So what I've done is I've made this load, and then I put a load point at each end of the carriage. But I've tried to use a corona effect, but absolutely impossible to. It defeated me. I couldn't find a way of making a corona effect on a commodity that works. What happened was it would display the corona, but as soon as I removed the tail lamp from the side of the carriage that was facing the next carriage, it left the corona behind. So I've removed the tail lamp from that end. There was a tail lamp at each end there. So on lamp 0, and you just got to experiment with this, I'm afraid. Let's put one back there. And then also what I've included is some luggage to go into the luggage compartment. This is just one of my standard batches of luggage, and you can probably just about see it. There it is. You can see it in the guards compartment, just piled up on the floor for him to fall over as it gets in the way. And there's the tail lamp, as I say, without a corona effect, but at least it's there. So I may include that in the final version of the model, which this is, as it were, is undergoing sort of beta testing at the moment with Bob, my beta tester, my brilliant beta tester. Right, okay, so that's the, well, I suppose you might as well put some passengers in the third. That's the earlier one that I made. Let's say there's only, it'll take 56. Let's put in 36. So we've got some passengers. There we are. And we can see that in Surveyor. And we've got our beautiful single. Absolutely lovely model, that. I'm trying to remember whose it is. It's absolutely superb. Look at that. Royal Sovereign. Beautiful piece of work. Excellent, excellent model. Right, okay, so let's have a look at that. I've got a problem with my private owner wagons in this latest version of Trainz. It's the level of detail. The coal, when it's loaded up with coal, you can see the coal from a distance, but it disappears on some of them. Just depends, these are reskins, and it just depends whose model I reskinned. So I've got to correct that. Okay, so let's bring our train into the station and we'll see it load and unload some passengers. So we'll come up to quick drive and we'll save our changes, and yeah, okay, it's already got a dependent session, not worry about that. Here we are. So let's get into train. Let's just set it going. I'm only going to gently bring it in. Wow, that's beautiful, beautiful. So I'm really sort of just adding the tail to this lovely locomotive. Start free roaming and drive over to the end of the station here. I'm only bringing it in very slowly, just a few miles an hour. I like to turn those junction overlays off. You see the track work isn't the best, but never mind. It'll do for this, so just to show you. Wallington never had a large signal box like that. It's just one of the ones that comes with Trainz. So here we are. And it's the carriage at the end, which is the one I'm particularly demonstrating. So we better slow that down a bit. Otherwise the poor souls will think they're not going to get on the train. And there we are, all the doors opened. That's good. And there we are. And then they close up. And some of the passengers have got on. If I just start that up again. And then what I'm going to do, I should move these trees back a bit, shouldn't I? Because I'm just going to stop it in its tracks and see if I can trigger it to open up the doors. No, I wasn't going fast enough. I think that's, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse. Give it a bit of, set it back. Take it out of the station. And it's this end carriage. It's at times like this I find myself pointing at the screen, and then I realise of course you can't see that. It's all rather silly. But you can see there the tail lamp, and hopefully what you'll be able to see is the effect of the, you'll be able to see the luggage sitting inside the guards section. I suppose my next development would be to include on the station not just passengers but also luggage that can be unloaded. That would be quite good, wouldn't it? So I'll see about that. So here we are, coming in again, and we're going to bring the train to a halt. There we are, and there it all opens up. And can we swing around in time? Can we see any luggage? Oh yes, yes. just about see it in there. There's the luggage. So that might be worth doing. And then from here, for some reason we haven't got a right of way, and yet I thought I'd included a signal. Let's have a look. Free roaming. I thought I put the signal at the end here. Oh, it's just a distant, so I need to put a home signal in. But anyway, it gives you an idea there. This is just my little demo for this new model, and there'll be another one to follow fairly soon after it. I'm going to keep on keeping on with these. I really like these clerestory. Well, I like all of these early carriages, and I think they really lend a lot of atmosphere to a any sort of Victorian turn of the century, that turn of the 19th, 20th century layout, and I particularly enjoyed making them. So there we are, that's my new carriage, and if you like this video, then please give me a thumbs up. If you want to complain about it or you want to say something nice about it, please leave a comment and I'll aim to answer it. And please also subscribe to my channel. It's completely free, there is no commitment. I don't know who you are. You won't get harassing emails from me saying what a dreadful fence, saying that anything about what I'm doing on the Trainz. It's purely voluntary and anonymous. So I hope you like this. This will be available on my website and on the download station, and it is numbered E26, but it'll appear under SF GWR SG for standard gauge.